Our top story this morning: in a high-profile exit, Captain Amarinder Singh resigned from the post of Punjab Chief Minister on Saturday after months of infighting and bickering. The question now is who will be the state's next Chief Minister. Hectic parleys are underway to decide on the name of the next Chief Minister of Punjab. According to sources, names like former Punjab Congress Chief Sunil Jakhar, senior Congress leader Ambika Soni and Rajya Sabha Member of Parliament Pratap Singh Bajwa are in the race for the Chief Minister's post. Congress Punjab Legislature Party is to meet at 11 a.m. today to decide on the final name for the Chief Minister's post. According to sources, 2 Deputy Chief Ministers will also be chosen. The Congress is focusing to settle the caste equation. As per sources, a Deputy Chief Minister could be from the Dalit community. For that, the names of former Cabinet Minister Charanjit Singh Channi and senior Congress MLA Rajkumar Verka are doing the rounds. Another Deputy Chief Minister could be from the Sikh community, in which the name of Sukhjinder Singh Randhawa, a close aide of Navjot Singh Sidhu, is in fact leading the race. According to sources, the party does not want to pitch Navjot Singh Sidhu as a new Chief Minister face, nor does Sidhu want to become the Chief Minister himself just before the elections next year. The party does not want it to seem also like Sidhu caused Amarinder Singh's exit. Let's listen in to what Captain Amarinder Singh had to say on Sunil Jakhar. Here's our exclusive interview with Rajdeep Sardesai.
Would you support a Sunil Jakhar? Would you support someone else?
I have no confidence.
Would you support a Sunil Jakhar or someone else? Are you ready to support a Bajwa? Do you have any preference?
That Sunil Jakhar, one minute. Sunil Jakhar was my PCC president when I was Chief Minister. We got on extremely well. I don't know why they removed him. To make way for this fellow. Why did they remove him?
My colleague Kamaljeet Sandhu now joins me live from Chandigarh. Good morning to you, Kamaljeet. Of course, the race is heating up for the next Chief Minister of Punjab. But is Sunil Jakhar leading that race as we speak?
Well, most likely he does. And even Captain Amarinder Singh, who's now just been an outed Chief Minister. So in that particular sense, he seems to have vetoed that particular stance. But remember, the SLP has already said, the Congress Party legislature clearly putting it on Sonia Gandhi, saying she's the Congress president and she should take the decision. This decision will be ratified early this morning at around 11 o'clock. But clearly, as far as equations are concerned, whether it's supposed to be a Sikh or a non-Sikh Chief Minister, because that is one of the equations, and that is why this entire option of having two deputy CMs, one which will also address the issue of Dalit community. Remember, one of the other aspect is about how caste equations and how even the Jat Sikhs, all of them can be put together. Now, remember, as far as national scenario is concerned, Captain Amarinder Singh has always been somebody who's been very measured. Now, we know how Sidhu has been extremely ambitious. His name has cropped up again, but he's been made the PCC chief. And with 4 months to go before the big ticket elections in Punjab, now all hell seems to be breaking loose, especially as far as Congress is concerned. Now, they want to keep their flock together. They want to ensure that there is no further bickering, because that will then further damage Congress party. So at this point of time is not only a consensus candidate, which is very important, and Sunil Jakhar, being a former PCC chief, seems to be somebody who's emerged as somebody who's much more balanced, though this will also look into the Punjabi Hindu factor. That is also being taken into consideration. So this is a part being an interim chief minister till the elections are held. And that is where Congress would want to make a choice. And then again, Ambika Soni, who's been extremely close to Sonia Gandhi, is a second name which is coming up. So clearly there are names now doing the rounds, but it is left up to both the Gandhi family as well as the top senior leadership to ensure that they have a name which is largely acceptable in Punjab, especially at a time where there seems to be a turmoil and also the farmer agitation which is going on. So all these factors are very, very clear. Now, one of the important factors is about how Captain Amarinder Singh failed to take any action against Shivani Akali Dal chiefs, as well as the sacrilege case and the drug cases, because that has now put together, mounted much pressure on Captain Amarinder Singh, finally paving way for his exit. Now, all these things, can that damage be overdone? Can there be damage control done on Congress party?
Absolutely. So it's a lot that the Congress party needs to keep in mind as it chooses the next Chief Minister of Punjab. Kamalji, thank you so much for joining us. We'll of course keep coming back to you through the day, especially when that legislature party meeting happens at 11 a.m. this morning.